Hey guys, it's Monday here out of the farm. Just looking at the Big Dina tomatoes there yesterday, and we got good germination. We got at least 90% germination without anything else poking through. I just want to make sure that I have enough, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plant another 50 cell wind strip tray, just so that I know, because I've got enough seeds left to do that. So I'm just going to be sure that I've got enough. I'm just gonna come here, check out the germination chamber, make sure everything's misted, give the celery a water, give everything else a water, and carry on. Alright, we got those 50 planted. Just a few seeds left, but between this extra tray and what we've already done, that'll be more than enough slicer tomatoes for our tunnels. Alright, well, we got our greenhouse opened up for the day. Got all the temperature settings where we need to have them for during the daytime. Got our extra tray of Big Dina tomatoes planted and watered and ready to go. Hopefully I got no more room in the germination chamber, so we're going to try it just out in the greenhouse here. It might take a little bit longer, but it's just extra tomatoes at this point anyways, just to be sure that everything takes. So we'll give her a whirl and see what happens. Now it's time to go back to the house here. I got a few calls to make, some things to order, and get things ready, and go from there. Alright, we got home from the farm, and sitting on the porch was the handles for our tilter that I just purchased last week. Nothing else was here, so I'm hoping we didn't get or didn't fall victim to porch pirates. So, because I would definitely need more than just my handles to be able to use that tilter. So in the meantime, I'm going to call AMA Horticulture out of Kingsville, Ontario, which isn't too far from me here, and I'm looking for some more 3.5 inch square pots that can get me 18 in a 10 by 20 flat for underwatering, for whatever, just for carrying and ease of use. I've got a couple hundred of them, but between the peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, everything that we're planting, I'm gonna need at least a couple thousand of them. So they've got some here. I just want some clarification. I've seen some, while I was researching last night, there was some that came in 900 in a case, some that came in 450 in a case. I don't want to get the absolute cheapest. I'd like to use them more than once if I can. So I just need a little bit of clarification on that. Being our first year, I don't want to break the bank either, because yes, I could sell these if I needed to, but it's a lot easier to sell reused, slightly cheaper ones, let's say, than ones that are going to cost me $2 or $3 a piece, which just isn't in the budget at this point. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Yeah, just looking to talk to somebody for some 3.5 inch square pots. I'm looking online, it's just hard to see exactly because there's a few different options. So just to get some clarification on some of that and some cost and shipping.
Okay, I can help you out with, I believe, most of that.
Okay.
Alright, so sorry, which ones are you looking at?
Well, I just pulled it up again, and of course it's not telling me what I was looking at last night. So, but yeah, just 3.5 inch square. There was some cheaper ones, some more expensive ones. I'm kind of looking, it's our first year with the market farm, so I don't want to break the bank, but I need a couple thousand of them at least, right? So
okay.
Either or, really it comes down to price. Yep.
And sorry, you want individual pots or are you looking for packs?
Like a case, probably.
Okay.
I've only got a couple hundred of them, which is great for the first little bit of tomatoes that I've planted, but I just planted like 2,000 peppers yesterday.
Okay.
So,
So we'll get you started, but
yep.
not quite all of it. Sorry, I'm just filtering out on our website so I can.
Yeah, because there were some that were like 4-inch that actually measured out at 3.5. They were in there. And there were some that came in cases of 450, some that came in cases of 900. So I just didn't know what the difference was. I don't need the deep ones for sure.
Okay. Alright. So the 350 SVTs are most likely the best ones for you to be looking at, or the 4-inch DSQV. Sorry, have you ordered from us before?
I haven't, no.
Okay, so if you'd like, you can set up a quote with the option.
Yep.
And send you links to the ones I'm quoting, just so you can link back to the website to have a look at them.
Sure.
And that way you can compare pricing. So sorry, can I grab your email?
It's JAYJOE farms
Okay,
at gmail.com.
perfect. And sorry, where are you guys located?
We're in Rodney.
Rodney, Ontario?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right. So is there any other items you're looking for that I can include on this?
Right at the moment, I think that's it.
Okay, perfect. And do you need trays for these pots, or?
I guess you can quote price with and without.
Okay, perfect, yeah. All right, excellent. And sorry, I'm quoting 2,000 to 3,000?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Yep, I've been working on that, and I will email you over some options probably this afternoon.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, bye-bye. So I don't know if you guys heard that or not. They've got a few different options. Obviously, you can get them with the 1020 trays, without. I do have some 1020 trays, not enough to cover 2,000 to 3,000 pots. So I wanted to get them to quote with both, obviously. So hopefully she'll be able to get that together for me and get me the quote this afternoon, and we'll see what we're looking at. In the meantime, I've ordered some compost from Plowman's Choice, which is also here in Ontario. It's a premium organic compost, and I'm supposed to be getting a load today. I've been working with the trucking company and everything, and tried to get it a couple weeks ago. Didn't work out. Last week it was just too warm to be able to get there, and the trucking company was busy with hauling grain and whatnot as well. So I got a text from the trucking company this morning that they are heading out there this morning and should be back at the farm early this afternoon. And there's a couple different spots that I want to send it, so we'll see where he can get in and where we end up dumping this out. Alright, we got our compost here, our first 50 yards for the year anyways, so that's unloaded there. Looks like really good stuff. I don't know if you could see all the steam coming off of it or not, but there was a heck of a lot of steam, which is good. It's not overly hot, but it was sitting all winter, and then they turned it just to screen it again, which just kind of reactivates a little bit of the microbial activity in there. So it's nice and warm. We'll get it covered up with a silage tarp because I don't want it to lose all the benefits from it, just in case we get a bunch of rain or anything like that. But I'll get it covered with a silage tarp, and maybe when it's a little less windy, we're not supposed to get rain for a couple of days, and yeah, we can use that to start setting up our beds. Hey guys, we're just out here in the greenhouse. Noticed that yesterday I didn't have my camera with me, but looking at our big Dina tomatoes, and if we look here, we've got quite a few of them with true leaves here. Again, you see that they some of them got a little leggy here and they're laying over. We will fix that, but you can see all of the true leaves coming out. We'll just let these grow just a little bit more, get a little stronger, get a little better root system developed, and then we will pot them up into our 3.5 by 3.5 square pots. So yeah, it's pretty nice that things are starting to take off here. I haven't looked at the peppers yet. Maybe we'll go take a look at that. Not seeing anything yet. It's only been about 4 days. Everything's nice and moist in there, so that's good. Without pulling out the trays, I can't really see. But on the 3 that I can see, I don't think I'm seeing anything yet. Yeah, yesterday, me and my oldest son, Jason, who doesn't like to be on camera, and you probably will never see him unless it's in the background. Me and him went to Dubois Agri-Innovation and picked up 2 of our caterpillar tunnels that I ordered. So we picked those up yesterday. Didn't take you long because with Jason, he doesn't want to be on camera. So we got those, dropped them off out here at the farm. Tomorrow we're going to go ahead and get the Super A finished up. We haven't worked on it since last weekend. So we're going to start on that again tomorrow. Get all the fluids up, get it out of the barn, get some things moved around. And then we did check the ground. We can get down a couple feet, probably 1.5 feet, without any frost or anything. So it's warmed up enough to start working with the Super A. So we can start playing around with that, and that'll be this coming week that we are able to do that. So that's pretty exciting to get things set up. Once we get things set up out there as well, then we can go ahead and set up our tunnels. I do have that one TMG greenhouse that we need to set up. It's only a 60-footer, but we'll set up 3 beds in there, and then on each of the tunnels from Dubois, they are each like 14 by 104 feet. So we'll set up our 100-foot beds in there, and there'll be 4 beds in each one of those. So yeah, we'll see. I should be hearing any day now about our shed building that I ordered. It's getting right in around the 5 weeks or so that they said, so that should be coming in within the next week or so here, which is great, and we can start working on that as well. So in the meantime, we'll just plug away and keep going and getting things set up for our 2021 season. Alright, well, it's Saturday here out at the farm. Me and Roger are going to be working on the Super A, getting it all ready to go. Here is the greenhouse that we picked up, or the caterpillar tunnels we picked up from Dubois. I put some boxes in the greenhouse there, but there's all the poles and plastic and everything else. So hopefully we get this field here figured out, and then we can start putting that up. So yesterday I was monkeying around with the BCS a little bit, so I got a few rows here just done just to try it out. It does an amazing job with the PDR on there, the precision depth roller. It was great. It finishes it off nice. Like, I could direct seed in that right now. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. Over here I got Carson out here giving me a hand right now. Some of this mushroom compost here. We're trying something in the fall, and in the back corner there we got just a big bunch on it there. So it's just a little too thick. So Carson's got the pitchfork, and he's just picking that up to throw it back in the pile before we start setting up our beds. And actually here we've got my brother-in-law Joe. It's his skid steer. It's a Bobcat skid steer, 743. Right there. So we're just putting the battery back in that, so we can get it out of the way so we can move the Super A. We'll just kind of switch things around here, but we pulled the battery for the winter, and potentially another tool that we'll be able to use at the farm here this year. So yeah, so we'll get the battery into that and get it fired up, get it out of the way, maybe move it over to the pole barn, and get cracking at the Super A here. Alright guys, we got the Super A out. I got the cultivators on here, the rear cultivators. So I've got the center of those set at exactly 48 inches, and actually, believe it or not, they're already 18 inches wide. So which is exactly what I want my pathways to be. So yeah, we got it going and got them on. So time to take it out in the field and see how it works, I guess. So we marked all the pathways there with the cultivators on the Super A, and then tomorrow we'll come out and we'll put the discs on, and the plan is to set those roughly at a 9-inch rake and hill up the bed so we get our raised beds, and go from there with using the cultivators that mark the center of each path. So we'll be able to go with the discs and go half at a time, and in theory that should work. Hey everybody, all right, we're here on the next day. I just fired up the Super A here, let it warm up a little bit. I'm gonna change those cultivators over to the disc, and then we're gonna go out. It might take a little bit of messing around there, but we'll get it set so we can set our 30-inch beds and get everything figured out here. So off to work and off we go. Okay, so I took the cultivators off. I've got the discs on. I've got them set at an angle so that they're roughly 9 inches wide, because when we double pass the beds, the paths are 18 inches. So in theory, 9 inches on each side should give us an 18-inch pathway. In between, we've got 30 inches. So I'm going to try that because that's what size of bed we want. So all we can do is try it out and see what we got, and then make adjustments if necessary from there. Alright, so just trying it out. Actually, it's working really well. Our beds are 30 inches, our paths are 18, or very close to. They're within a quarter inch, depending on where I kind of set the tire mark. But it's close enough to get things started for me. Obviously, it's held up on the outside edges, so I'll have to smooth it out to get it true. Worst case, because I'd like to get rid of some of the corn stalks in here as well. So once we get the bed set, I can grab the BCS and go over each individual bed with a nice initial till to just grind up any leftover crop residue from last year, and everything should be ready to go. And then at that point we can just, you know, obviously do our soil test, amend if needed, a little compost on top, and we can start seeding. So in the meantime, I'm going to keep plugging away out here and keep things going and try and get all our beds set up and done. Well, it's been another long day out here at the farm, but we got all our beds marked. I even got about 14 of them with the initial till of the with the BCS. I've got all my beds marked, all at 100 foot. Got my pathways to go east-west here, and actually I just cultivated them because I just kept disking back and forth and setting the bed, so didn't want my pathways to be bloop, bloop, bloop. So give a quick cultivation, and actually Carson is out here with the BCS and a lawn roller that I have for it, and he's just flattening those out for us. So yeah, we've got that done anyways. So what do we got here? 1.5 acres prepped, ready to go. Over here, you can see I did some with the BCS. And actually that's where the 2 caterpillar tunnels and the other small TMG greenhouse are gonna go. So this coming week here, we're supposed to have a few nice days in the mid-teens Celsius, and so yeah, I've got a lot of tilling to do, just to do that initial till on the bed to prep it. I've got a day or two of that to do. Then maybe I can get started on these tunnels and get them up. Our peppers have taken off like crazy, and so they're good. I've got almost all of them, all but 3 trays out of the germination chamber, and they're doing really well. The tomatoes are still coming along great. The tray that I seeded on Monday of the Big Dina tomatoes, it's basically 90-95% germinated so far. I actually had it on a heat mat and then under a dome since I didn't have any room in the germination chamber. So yeah, just closing up here at the farm. It's been here since about 9 o'clock this morning working, and it's about 6 o'clock now, so we'll finish up and go home for dinner, and next week's another week. So if you could, hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. Follow us along on our first year family market farm. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.